The wound is the place where the light enters you. Rumi. Have you ever wondered why it seems like the most loving, caring, and selfless people often suffer the most in life? Why do the kindest hearts attract betrayal? Why do those who give the most often lose the most? Why do those who walk with light seem to be followed by shadows? This is not a coincidence. It's not karma punishing you, nor is it because you're doing something wrong. It's because there's a hidden truth about manifestation that very few dare to speak. The universe doesn't reward goodness. It reflects vibration. In this video, we're going to break down the secret mechanics of energy, karma, and vibration that explain why good people suffer. And more importantly, we'll uncover how to turn that suffering into divine power. So if you've ever felt like your heart was your weakness, if you've been told to toughen up or stop caring so much, stay until the end. Because you're not weak, you're powerful. You're not cursed, you're chosen. Let's begin. Part 1: The Hidden Mechanics of Manifestation. 1. The Illusion of Fairness. From childhood, we're taught: be good, and good things will happen. Be kind, and kindness will return. Do the right thing, and you'll be safe. But the universe doesn't operate on morality. It operates on energy. Fairness is a human idea. Energy is a universal law. The law of manifestation doesn't say, do good, receive good. It says, be aligned, receive aligned. If you're radiating low self-worth, even if you're kind, you'll attract situations that match that low frequency. Not because you deserve it, but because your energy invites it. 2. Goodness without boundaries is energetic chaos. Being a good person doesn't mean you're safe from pain. In fact, many good people suffer more not because they're weak, but because they give too much without protecting their own energy. You help people who drain you. You say yes when your soul screams no. You forgive too quickly, too often, too completely. The universe doesn't reward sacrifice. It responds to alignment. If you constantly give without receiving, you're broadcasting a frequency of I don't matter. And the world reflects that back. 3. Your vibration overrides your actions. You can pray every day. Meditate for hours. Read spiritual books. Be kind to everyone. But if your core vibration is fear, guilt, or unworthiness, the universe will give you more reasons to feel fear, guilt, or unworthiness. Manifestation doesn't speak language. It speaks frequency. Intentions matter, but only when they match your vibration. 4. The martyr program is a manifestation block. Many good people live under the belief: if I suffer enough, I'll be worthy of blessings. So they overextend themselves. Stay in toxic relationships. Believe that love must be earned through pain. But suffering does not equal virtue. The universe doesn't bless martyrs. It blesses those who honor themselves. The moment you say, I deserve joy, and mean it from your core, your entire reality shifts. 5. Energy doesn't care about morality. You could be the kindest soul in the room, but if you're vibrating with self-doubt, shame, or resentment, your external world will reflect that. The manipulator might manifest more than you not because they're better, but because they're aligned with their energy, even if it's dark. The liar might seem to win not because the universe approves of lies, but because their inner world is congruent. This doesn't mean you should become manipulative. It means congruency is power. Are you fully owning your truth? Or are you betraying yourself to please others? 6. Pain is not punishment, it's a portal. When your heart breaks, it opens. When your world collapses, your soul awakens. When nothing makes sense, your spirit finally listens. Suffering is not a curse. It's initiation. Every good person who walks through deep pain is being carved, hollowed out, so that more light can move through them. The pain you feel is not your enemy. It's your activation. 7. The emotional truth behind the mask. You can say all the affirmations in the world. You can smile. Post positive quotes. Try to stay high vibe. But if your inner world is full of rage, grief, abandonment, you can't manifest peace. The law of attraction doesn't respond to what you pretend to feel. It responds to your emotional truth. And most good people hide their truth. Because they're afraid to be seen. Afraid to be too much. Afraid to not be loved. 8. Childhood programming shapes your frequency. Most good people learn to be that way to survive. Be quiet, so you don't upset them. Be helpful, so you'll be loved. Don't ask for anything, so you won't be rejected. This becomes your energetic script. And the universe, like a mirror, reflects it. So even at 30, 40, 50 years old, you might still be manifesting from the vibration of a scared child just trying to be enough. Until you rewrite the story, nothing changes. 9. Being good is not equal to being aligned. Being nice doesn't mean you're in your power. Saying yes to everything doesn't mean you're generous. Avoiding conflict doesn't make you spiritual. Sometimes the most aligned thing you can do is say no. Speak your truth. Set a boundary. Walk away. Alignment looks like self-respect, not self-erasure. 10. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. You've been through heartbreak not to destroy you, but to break illusions. You've been abandoned not because you're unworthy, but to return to yourself. You've suffered because your soul is strong enough to alchemize pain into wisdom. Your suffering is not a sign that you're losing. It's a sign that you're awakening. The deepest pain often belongs to the most powerful lightworkers. Not because they deserve it, but because they can transform it. In part 2, we'll dive into the shadow side of spiritual ego, energetic leaks in people-pleasing, childhood trauma's effect on attraction, why darkness often visits the light bearers, and how to finally break the pattern and manifest with power. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the second part of this life-changing journey. Part 2, Alchemizing Pain into Power, 5,000 Words. 1. The Spiritual Ego Trap. As we grow in awareness, a hidden danger emerges, the spiritual ego. It whispers, I'm more awakened than others. I should never feel angry. If I suffer, it's because I failed spiritually. This ego masks itself in light. But it's just fear dressed in spiritual language. And for good people, this trap is seductive. You think your suffering is proof you're not high vibe enough. That you failed to manifest. That you're broken. But that's a lie. Suffering is not a sign of failure. It's an invitation to feel everything without shame. Spiritual growth isn't about avoiding pain. It's about holding it in love and choosing to rise anyway. 2. Energetic leaks and the curse of people-pleasing. One of the biggest reasons good people suffer? They leak energy constantly. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you give away power. Every time you apologize for your truth, you shrink your light. Every time you try to save someone who won't save themselves, you bleed energy into a void. This is not compassion. It's self-betrayal. And self-betrayal is the fastest way to block manifestation. Why? Because when your energy is not contained, it cannot create. Power needs a container. Boundaries are spiritual tools, not just emotional ones. To manifest clearly, your energy must be whole, centered, and sovereign. 3. Childhood wounds and the vibration of unworthiness. Most good people carry an invisible vibration, I'm not enough. This isn't your fault. It's programming. As children, many of us learned that love is conditional. You're loved if you're helpful. You're accepted if you're quiet. You're safe if you don't express too much. So you became good. You became the peacemaker, the caretaker, the giver. But deep down, a silent pain grew, the belief that your worth is tied to suffering. That belief became your frequency. And the universe, being a mirror, keeps showing you situations that match it. Until you break the spell. How? By choosing to believe that you're enough right now. No more fixing. No more earning. You are already worthy of joy, of love, of peace, of abundance. The universe doesn't need you to prove anything, it just needs your vibration to agree. 4. Darkness is attracted to light. The more light you hold, the more shadows try to dim you. Why? Because you are a mirror. Your presence reminds people of what they've abandoned in themselves: love, honesty, freedom, truth. And when someone's not ready to meet their truth, they might reject, attack, or betray yours. It's not personal. It's energetic. You were not wrong to love them. You were just too bright for their comfort. Don't dim your light to stay safe. Let the darkness show up and watch it dissolve in your presence. You don't fight the dark. You outshine it. 5. Breaking the pattern. So how do you stop manifesting pain? You stop aligning with it. That doesn't mean pretending to be happy. It means becoming energetically sovereign. Here's how. Acknowledge your emotional truth. Stop bypassing. Feel the grief, the rage, the shame. Give it voice. Honor your inner child. Set spiritual boundaries. You are not responsible for fixing anyone. Detach with love. Protect your peace like sacred fire. Rewrite your core beliefs. I am only loved if I suffer becomes I am loved because I exist. I must be useful to be safe becomes my presence is enough. Align your vibration, not your performance. You don't need to do more. You need to feel more consciously, honestly, and fully. Then choose again. Anchor into self-worth daily. This is the frequency that changes everything. When your cells believe you are worthy, the universe rearranges itself in your favor. 6. Pain is a portal, not a prison. Every experience you've been through, the betrayal, the loneliness, the injustice, it's not a punishment. It's a refinement. Pain carves your soul so it can hold more light. Suffering is the teacher. You are the alchemist. The question is not why did this happen to me? The question is how can I rise from this? Manifestation is not about escaping life. It's about participating in your own transformation. 7. You were never meant to be normal. The truth is, you are not here to be average. You are here to be a transmitter of divine energy. And sometimes, that requires you to walk through fire. Because fire is how gold is purified. Your kindness, your depth, your empathy, it's not a flaw. It's your superpower. But only when paired with boundaries, sovereignty, and inner truth. This is the new definition of a good person. Not someone who is selfless, but someone who is self-honoring. Not someone who avoids conflict, but someone who stands in truth. Not someone who gives endlessly, but someone who gives from overflow, not depletion. 8. Final message: you are the manifestation. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not unlucky. You are a seed becoming a tree. The storms that shook you weren't meant to destroy you, but to crack your shell open. You were born for this. The universe didn't make a mistake choosing you. Let your past pain become your new frequency. Let your suffering become your signal. And most importantly, stop waiting to be rescued. You are the manifestation you've been waiting for. The most painful thing is not failure. It's doing everything right and still being ignored by life. You followed all the rules. You read the books, did the affirmations, raised your vibration, gave to others, healed your trauma. And still, nothing's working. You're exhausted. You're watching people who are dishonest, selfish, even manipulative, rise faster than you. You're sitting there wondering, what's wrong with me? Why does the universe keep skipping me? This video is for the good souls who've been stuck for too long. It's not because you're weak. It's not because you're broken. But the truth you're about to hear? Most people aren't ready for it. Stay until the end, because this might be the most important video you've ever watched. Part 1: The Trap of Doing Everything Right. Chapter 1: The Illusion of Control. From a young age, we're taught that if we're good, we'll be rewarded. Be kind, be honest, work hard, and good things will follow. So you followed the formula. But here's the truth no one tells you. The universe doesn't reward obedience. It rewards alignment. That means doing the right things from the wrong energy will still lead you nowhere. You can meditate every morning. But if your heart is full of fear, you're still attracting fear. You can visualize every night. But if deep down you don't believe you deserve more, nothing will manifest. You're not blocked because you're doing it wrong. You're blocked because your identity hasn't changed. Chapter 2: The Energy Behind the Action. Let's break this down. Two people can do the exact same action. Let's say, giving money to someone in need. One gives from overflow, joy, and compassion. The other gives hoping to finally receive love, attention, or spiritual points. Same action. Completely different energy. Only one is truly aligned. Now apply that to your entire life. Are you helping others out of love? Or because deep down, you're afraid of being abandoned? Are you being good to please the universe? Or because you're terrified of being punished? The energy behind the action is what creates the outcome. Chapter 3: Why Goodness is Not Enough. Let's be honest. The world is full of good people who suffer. Kind souls who are overlooked. Hard workers who are barely surviving. You might be one of them. You were taught that being good means staying silent, sacrificing your needs, and always putting others first. But that's not goodness. That's self-abandonment. And the universe doesn't reward people who abandon themselves. You can't attract wealth while telling yourself that wanting more is selfish. You can't attract love while making yourself small to keep others comfortable. You have to stop mistaking people-pleasing for goodness. Because being good doesn't mean being invisible. Chapter 4: Example: The Story of Layla. Let me tell you a real example. Layla was the most kind-hearted person in her group. Always helping, always listening, always available. She believed that if she gave more, one day, life would finally see her. But years passed. She stayed broke. She was heartbroken again and again. She watched her friends succeed, some of whom were far less spiritual. One day, her therapist asked her, "Why do you keep giving so much to people who never show up for you?" She didn't know how to answer. She realized she was giving not from love, but from fear. Fear that if she stopped, no one would stay. Fear that if she asked for more, she'd be called selfish. The day she stopped trying to be the perfect good girl, she started getting what she truly wanted. Love. Respect. Abundance. Chapter 5: Why the Universe is Ignoring You. Here's the hardest pill to swallow. The universe is not ignoring you. It's waiting for you to stop ignoring yourself. If you're constantly being overlooked, underpaid, underloved, it's not because you're not good enough. It's because you've been taught to tolerate crumbs and call it grace. You're not here to suffer in silence. You're here to align, to expand, and to receive. But the universe can't give you more. Until you stop betraying yourself for the sake of looking good. Chapter 6: The First Real Step to Manifestation. So, what should you do? Stop trying to impress the universe. It's not impressed by your struggle. Instead, say what you really want. Feel the emotions you've been suppressing. Admit where you're performing goodness instead of living in truth. This is where it begins. Not in perfection. Not in purity. But in radical honesty. Practical tips for alignment. Check your motives. Ask yourself, am I doing this out of love or fear? If it's fear, pause and reset. Track your energy. After every action, check how you feel. Drained? You're out of alignment. Energized? You're aligned. Say no more often. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you're saying no to yourself. Stop trying to be chosen. Become the person who chooses themselves daily. Let go of who you were taught to be. Start becoming who you were born to be. Closing thought for part 1. You're not failing because you lack effort. You're stuck because you've been doing everything right for the wrong reasons. The journey ahead isn't about doing more. It's about doing less of what no longer reflects your truth. In the next part, we'll go deeper. We'll uncover the subconscious blocks, the invisible beliefs and wounds that quietly sabotage everything you're trying to build. You've been asleep in the matrix of self-denial. Now it's time to wake up and take your power back. Not because they deserve it, but because they can transform it. In part 2, we'll dive into the shadow side of spiritual ego, energetic leaks in people-pleasing, childhood trauma's effect on attraction, why darkness often visits the light bearers, and how to finally break the pattern and manifest with power. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the second part of this life-changing journey. Part 2, the subconscious sabotage you don't even see. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Carl Jung. In part 1, we exposed a painful truth. You're not stuck because you're weak. You're stuck because your energy and intentions don't match your actions. You've been trying to manifest a life you don't actually believe you deserve. But here's the next level of the truth. Even if you're doing everything consciously right, there's something deeper. Something silent. Your subconscious beliefs. These beliefs are running the show. And until you deal with them, you'll keep wondering why nothing changes. Let's go deeper. Part 2, the subconscious sabotage you don't even see. Chapter 1, your conscious mind versus subconscious programming. Your conscious mind is the part of you that wants more money, more love, a better life. But your subconscious? It's the part of you that was shaped by your childhood, your traumas, your culture, your wounds. It's 95% of your mind. And if that 95% believes you're not safe to have more, not worthy, or not good enough, no matter what you say or do, you'll sabotage yourself. You'll miss opportunities. You'll attract the same toxic relationships. You'll find a way to lose the success the moment it starts. Not because you're cursed, but because your subconscious is running a program that says, this isn't safe. Chapter 2, why the wounds you ignore shape your reality. Let me tell you a simple story. A child grows up in a home where love is conditional. They learn, if I'm quiet, helpful, and never complain, I'll be loved. Fast forward to adulthood. That person becomes kind, generous, spiritual. They say affirmations every day. But deep down, they believe. If I speak my needs, people will leave. If I shine too brightly, I'll be rejected. If I rest, I'm lazy. They sabotage money, success, and real love. Not because they don't want it, but because part of them still thinks it's dangerous. This is the trap. You become loyal to your wounds instead of your future. Chapter 3, signs you're being sabotaged by your subconscious. Here are some signs that your subconscious is blocking your manifestations. You constantly attract people who need saving, but no one shows up for you. Every time you get close to a breakthrough, something goes wrong. You feel guilty when you succeed, rest, or put yourself first. You intellectually know you're worthy, but you still feel like a fraud. You're addicted to healing, fixing, and learning, but avoid actually receiving. These are not coincidences. They are patterns born from unhealed stories. Chapter 4, example Omar's repeating failure. Omar was a hard-working man. He worked 2 jobs, took business courses, and tried to launch his startup 3 times. Each time, he'd make progress, then self-sabotage. He'd delay emails, skip meetings, get sick before a major pitch. Every time he was close to success, something happened. When we unpacked it, we found this. As a child, Omar watched his father lose everything in business. The family fell apart. Omar learned, success leads to destruction. It's dangerous. It breaks families. Even though Omar wanted success, his subconscious was trying to keep him safe. By stopping him. Once he faced that belief and reprogrammed it, everything shifted. In 6 months, his business was thriving. Not because he did more, but because he removed the inner resistance. Chapter 5: Why You Must Confront Your Inner Stories. You can't affirm your way out of a story you never questioned. Ask yourself, what did I learn about love, money, power, and worth growing up? What was I punished for? What was I rewarded for? Who did I have to be to survive? Most of your goodness is just survival. You became nice to avoid conflict. You became helpful to feel needed. You became quiet because no one listened anyway. But that version of you can't hold the life you're trying to create. It's not strong enough. It's not true enough. Chapter 6: How to Begin Reprogramming Your Subconscious. You don't have to stay stuck. But you do have to go within. Here are practical steps to begin this transformation. 1. Create emotional safety. Before you manifest anything big, ask, do I feel safe having this? If the answer is no, that's your block. Your job is to create inner safety. Try this affirmation. It is safe for me to receive more than I ever have before. 2. Track the resistance. Every time you delay, overthink, or shrink, pause. Ask, what am I really afraid of? The first answer is usually a lie. Keep digging. It's often fear of rejection, abandonment, or failure. 3. Do identity work. Instead of just asking, what do I want? Ask, who do I have to become to receive this? If your dream is to be wealthy, confident, loved, but you still think like a victim, you won't get there. Upgrade your identity. Be before you have. 4. Heal through action. Sometimes healing doesn't come through journaling or therapy. It comes from doing the thing that scares you. Speaking up. Investing in yourself. Walking away. Take action that contradicts the old story. That's how you rewrite it. Chapter 7: You Can't Manifest from a Wound. You can't manifest love while you're still performing worth. You can't manifest freedom while your nervous system is addicted to struggle. You can't manifest abundance while secretly fearing attention. The subconscious isn't evil. It's just trying to protect you. But protection is not the same as expansion. To create a new life, you must show your subconscious that it is safe to live differently. Closing thought for part 2. You've done everything right. On the surface. Now it's time to go beneath the surface. To confront the old beliefs. To interrupt the stories you didn't even know you were telling. This is the root of your stuckness. And once it's healed, manifestation becomes natural. In part 3, we'll uncover the energetic mistakes people make when trying to manifest even when their mindset is positive. We'll expose the difference between surface positivity and energetic alignment. Stay with me. Because the shift you're looking for is closer than you think. Part 3, Energy Doesn't Lie, Why Positivity Isn't Enough. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Dr. Joe Dispenza. In part 1, we shattered the illusion that doing all the right things means success. In part 2, we went even deeper, uncovering how the subconscious mind can quietly sabotage everything you're working toward. Now it's time to confront the next hidden enemy. One that's everywhere. One that looks positive on the outside, but is completely out of alignment on the inside. Energy. You've probably heard it before. Just stay positive and everything will work out. But here's the truth no one tells you. You can be positive and still be completely out of alignment. Let's break this illusion. Part 3, Energy Doesn't Lie, Why Positivity Isn't Enough. Chapter 1, The Energy Behind Your Words. You say, I am abundant. You write it down 10 times a day. You visualize money flowing in. But deep down, you feel afraid. You feel desperate. You're hoping the affirmation will cover the fear like a band-aid. And that's the problem. The universe doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your state. Your vibration is not what you say. It's what you believe behind what you say. So if you affirm I'm loved, but deep down believe no one stays, that belief wins. If you declare I'm wealthy, but vibrate with scarcity, scarcity wins. This is why so many people feel like they're doing everything right but manifesting nothing. They're speaking one energy and living another. Chapter 2: The Performance of Positivity. We've been sold a lie. That the highest spiritual state is constant positivity. So we fake it. We smile when we're tired. We say I'm fine when we're breaking. We say I trust when inside, we're filled with doubt. That's not alignment. That's performance. The truth is, the universe doesn't need you to be fake happy. It needs you to be authentic. Because authenticity carries energy. And energy is the real language of manifestation. Chapter 3, Example, Layla's High-Vibe Prison. Layla was a coach. She lived by the law of attraction. She posted affirmations. Spoke about abundance. Said all the right words. But when the camera turned off, she was exhausted. Burned out. Anxious. She hated saying no, and didn't believe she deserved rest. She was always busy because she didn't feel worthy of being still. She attracted people who drained her. Clients who didn't pay on time. Relationships where she gave everything and got little in return. Why? Because while her mouth said I'm in flow, her energy said I need to prove my worth. When she stopped pretending and started feeling, everything shifted. Chapter 4: Alignment is about truth, not performance. You can't trick the universe. You can't hide behind affirmations while hating yourself. You can't post quotes about self-love while secretly fearing rejection. You can't manifest peace while living in emotional chaos. So what do? You tell the truth. Instead of I'm abundant, say I'm learning to feel safe with abundance. That's honest. That's energy you can build on. Instead of I love myself, say some days I still doubt, but I'm choosing to love myself anyway. That's power. That's real. The moment you align with your truth, even if it's messy, your energy shifts. Chapter 5: How to Feel Before You Receive. People say act as if, pretend you already have it. But here's the real magic. Feel what it would feel like, and live from that place. Ask yourself, if I already had love, how would I speak to myself today? If I already had wealth, how would I handle this problem? If I truly believed I was enough, what would I stop doing? And then act from that state now. Not because you're faking it, but because you're deciding to match the energy of what you want before it comes. Chapter 6: Stop chasing. Start aligning. When your energy is clean, you stop chasing things. You attract them. Because your presence alone becomes magnetic. Let's be clear. You don't need to be perfect to manifest. You don't need to be positive all the time. You just need to be real and energetically congruent. When your words, emotions, and actions all speak the same language, you become unstoppable. Chapter 7: Tips to Shift Your Energy Now. Here are real steps to align your energy with your desires. 1. Start with full body honesty. Sit in silence. Ask, what do I actually feel about this? Let the fear come up. Let the doubt speak. Then meet it with compassion, not shame. 2. Clean your frequency. Ask, am I doing this to prove my worth or because it aligns with my worth? This question will remove 90% of your misaligned effort. 3. Visualize emotion, not just results. Don't just picture money. Feel what safety would feel like in your body. Don't just imagine a partner. Feel what it would be like to be loved without conditions. Emotion is the energy. That's what manifests. 4. Let go of timelines. Desperation kills your frequency. When you need something now, your energy becomes anxious. Instead, say, "It's already mine. I trust the process." This doesn't mean you stop taking action. It means you stop acting from panic. Closing words for part 3. You've been trying to do everything right. But manifestation isn't about doing, it's about being. And being isn't something you fake. It's something you feel. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. So become what you seek. Not in words, but in energy. Not in performance, but in presence. In part 4, we'll reveal the final key. Why your environment, people, and habits secretly block your growth, and how to clean your life to match your destiny. Don't miss it. That's where you'll learn how to turn inner alignment into external change.